You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STEW to play for free. That's STEW for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STEW, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STEW.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Doctor, this is the mayor talking.
All right.
Doctor,
Come on, what?
always do the right thing.
If you came here to hear for fake, you are in the wrong place. We are for real around here. We keeps it real. This is the Doug Stewart Show, the livest, the realest, the trillest sports talk show in America. Are you not entertained? This is Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce, the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Game time. What's happening? Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. Thanks for joining your boy on this fantastic, funky, freaky, fantabulous Football Friday. Yeah. Woo. A lot of great stuff a lot of fantastic stuff to talk about today on the Doug Stewart Show, and you better believe we will do that. We will do that. Yes, sir. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. I nub new. Oh, boy. July 24th, 2015. Once again, it is a fantastic, freaky, funky, fantabulous Football Friday. A lot of little interesting little news and notes going on in the world of sports. And so today on the Doug Stewart Show, we will talk about them. Shouts out to all of the Stewies, everybody already in the chat room. Thank you very much. I mean, without no you, there would be no me. Yes, sir. Shouts out to any new listeners we have on the Doug Stewart Show, man. Thank you very much. We do this Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. It's your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the world-famous Two Live Stews, I like to say. The show is Two Live Stews-ish, but it's just me. It's just one stew. But one stew is always better than no stew. You better believe that, Jack. My brother Ryan is retired. As a matter of fact, his wife is about to drop another kid any day now. And I mean literally any day. They had one of those little false alarms a couple of days ago, like a week ago, where she went to the hospital and thought she was having the baby. And it was one of those false alarms once again. But any day now, he's about to have his third kid. Got two little boys. My nephews, they rough, tough. I mean, they old school. And they play in the sand and all of that stuff. And then now I got a little baby girl on the way. So that's what's going on with him. But he's great. We are great. We are blessed. And so what we do on this show, man, is talk sports, entertainment, guy talk, whatever you talk about at the barbershop. We do sports and guy talk stew style like nobody else. But we keeps it real. We give honest opinions. We talk about anything. And we have a good time, man. So today on the show, we're going to talk some Ohio State football. We'll probably talk more Ohio State football today on the Doug Stewart Show than we ever have before. In context of a couple of their players, we're going to talk about Braxton Miller, his decision to change positions. Cardale Jones. I absolutely love Cardale Jones. I'm Cardale Jones. We'll talk about him. Not a good sign for Tom Brady. We'll give you the latest on Deflategate, the most consistent, stable, and stable franchise in sports probably. Made a big move. We'll talk about that. LeSean McCoy. We love them hoes. We'll talk about LeSean McCoy. He's in the news. I like that guy, too. I mean, my type of dude. So we'll get into all of that stuff today on the Doug Stewart Show. We'll also talk some BPAs, Boiled Peanuts Awards. We do birthdays. And, oh, yeah, if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, this is big right here, so you need to sit back and listen to this. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, not only do we talk sports, entertainment, guy talk, I go to all links to entertain you, okay? And sometimes that means that even I will give you one of the gifts that God has given me, and that's the ability to sing. And so sometimes I present you with song, and today I probably will do that as well. You picked a good day to listen to the Doug Stewart Show for the first time. A lot of great stuff going on. And I'm like 98% sure, actually, I'm like 100% sure that I'm probably going to sing a selection for you today. And let me tell you what my inspiration, what I feel like deep down in my heart. And I got my hands on my face right now. I wish I was on Periscope. I'm going to get on Periscope here in a second. But deep down in my heart, I'm feeling, you know how basketball players have like a go-to move? And like a great pitcher will have a go-to pitch? My go-to artist of choice is the great Michael Jackson. So I think I'm kind of feeling Michael Jackson today. So stay tuned for that, man. Stay tuned for that a little bit later on the Doug Stewart Show. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. But the easy way to be totally interactive, man, is just to hit me up on the chat room on Spreaker.com. Here's a couple things you need to do. You need to follow me on Spreaker, Spreaker.com. Follow the show on Spreaker.com. Download the show from your iTunes store, the Doug Stewart Show app. You can also listen to the show on the DougStewartShow.com. But on Spreaker, when you follow the show, there's a little chat bubble. You click on the little chat bubble, and then you're introduced to a whole new world. I call it the Stewie Nation, the fantasy island of sports chat. Yes! And so you post your thoughts, your takes on whatever we're talking about, and I read them all throughout the show. Now, I won't be able to read a ton of chat like I normally do because the producer to the show, the Tree of Life, has been on vacation all week, and usually she arranges them and tidies them up, proofreads and all of that stuff, and I'm able to read a lot more. So because she's not here today, I won't get to as much as I normally do, but we will read chat all day long on the show and get your thoughts and your takes on what's going on in the world of sports and entertainment. Yes, sir. So here are your Boiled Peanuts Awards nominees, from which I have right now on the Doug Stewart Show. And I'm looking at the Doug Stewart Show Facebook page, and you need to join that as well. You need to follow the Doug Stewart Show Facebook page as well. So here are your nominees. Bill Cosby, from my man Ivan Mark Walker. He says, Bill Cosby for asking for hush money, asking for his hush money back. Because the evidence or the testimony that he gave has actually come out. That's kind of weird. Bill Cosby, Brittany Griner, you've heard this story. Brittany Griner is saying the reason why her relationship, her marriage didn't work out is because the chick was pregnant and it wasn't hers. Well, clearly that's the case. And who else we got here? Some people talking about some stuff we don't really even need to get into. But the big one is obviously the cop that stopped and arrested Sandra Bland, who ultimately a couple of days later died in jail. That's going to be hard to beat. Tree actually isn't nominated this week for a Boiled Peanuts Award because she wasn't here. I thought that maybe there was some way I could get her nominated, but she actually wasn't nominated. So she isn't nominated for a Boiled Peanuts Award today. So in effect, that's your entries. We'll probably put up a poll here in a second, see if we can get that up for you and let you vote. For new listeners, what the Boiled Peanuts Award is, it's an award that we give to the Buster of the Week. And it's a long story, a long history behind the name, the Boiled Peanuts Award. Just ask somebody in the chat room and they'll tell you all about it. Ask somebody in the chat room, they'll tell you all about it. Yes, sir. All right, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com when we get back from the break. We're going to talk a little bit about Braxton Miller, man. Dude makes a business decision. And I did say business. Not business. Business. He made a business decision. And so we'll talk about that and, start getting into all these little stories going on in the world of sports. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, man. Texas Pete Hot Sauce around here on the Doug Stewart Show. Ask anybody. Get in that chat room and talk to the Stewies and see what they say about this show and how we get down. All right? We have a great time. All right. Once we get back from the break, man, Cardale Jones, Braxton Miller, Ohio State football. If you're new to the show and never heard me before on the Two Live Shoes, I absolutely despise the Ohio State Buckeyes. So I'm probably going to break out in hives, but I got to do what I got to do. That's kind of what everybody's talking about in America. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play. So, you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The Doug Stewart Show.
The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show.
If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, funky, freaky Football Friday. And the number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. And, man, you talk about a business decision. The great Braxton Miller has made a business decision. You know, Ohio State won the national championship last year. Before the season even started, Braxton Miller, the starting quarterback, got hurt and missed the entire season, messed up his shoulder or whatnot. Then J.T. Barrett comes in as the backup. He's phenomenal, but then he gets hurt at the end of the season. And then here comes the great Cardale Jones. I just love saying his name like Mike Jones. Mike Jones. So Cardale Jones comes in, I think wins 3 games in a row. Big Ten title. Then he also wins the first round in the +4, the 4 playoff thingy or whatever, and beating Ohio State, and then they win the national championship against Oregon. And he's just phenomenal. But Braxton Miller, man, so there's been this talk about, the log jam at quarterback at Ohio State. I've talked about it a lot. I have no idea why Cardale Jones came back to college. I thought that he should have struck while the iron was hot and go to the NFL. A lot of people disagree with me on that. But he went back, and so there was a lot of speculation on who was going to be the starting quarterback and the battle for said quarterback position. But Braxton Miller, man, has decided that he's going to move out and play wide receiver. Now, it's very interesting because clearly the dude is a phenomenal athlete, and you saw when he played quarterback for Ohio State and when he tucked the ball and run, dude is a beast. I mean, he's athletically, he's a great, great player. And I guess there might be some question on actually who gets the starting position. I would think, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I would think that some type of promise was made to Cardale Jones that he was going to start. But we're not hearing that. There's no indication of that. Urban Meyer isn't saying that. So there was going to definitely be a battle for the quarterback position. Braxton Miller says, you know what, I'll go and play wide receiver. Now, if you watched him play, if you remember when he played, he kind of struck me as more of an athlete than a quarterback. Very good quarterback, obviously. I think they went undefeated, or maybe they had a tie the one complete year that he did start for Ohio State. So, fantastic skill set, but did look kind of rough as far as a traditional, quote-unquote, traditional quarterback. Probably slightly better athlete than quarterback, so he decides to make the move to wide receiver. It's probably a good thing to do. I don't know, and probably I need to get one of my friends in that's into scouting for the NFL. Maybe I'll get in. I got a couple guys that I could call and talk a little bit about what are their thoughts on Braxton Miller going forward. But yeah, going to be a situation where it's going to be a two-man battle now, obviously between Cardale Jones and J.T. Barrett. And Braxton Miller's made the decision to move to wide receiver. Probably, if I would guess, okay, if I were to guess, I would say this is probably the best move. Coming off of injury as well, his chances are probably slightly better to play in the NFL as a wide receiver as opposed to a quarterback. I think he probably could play in the NFL at quarterback, but evidently him making this move, he feels that his chances are better at playing wide receiver. And you got to believe that there was a lot of thought, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, there was a lot of thought. How about an entire offseason of thought? Matter of fact, an entire half a season during the regular season and off season of thought on what he should do. And I'm sure he's talked to his family, advisors, agents. He's talked to everybody and kind of got a feel for the room as far as his potential in the NFL. And for him to make this decision is probably the best decision. If you're an Ohio State fan, though, what are your thoughts? Because you watch these guys a lot more closely than I do, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And I know my man T from Huntsville is an Ohio State fan. What are your thoughts? You've paid attention to these guys probably, once again, a lot more than I have. If you're an Ohio State fan, what are your thoughts? Hit me in the chat room on Spreaker.com, or you can email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. Also, another little news and note from the world of Ohio State. Have you been paying attention to this thing with Cardale Jones and Twitter? Dude has never really had a filter. He's always spoken his mind. So, in a nutshell, Cardale Jones tweeted out something talking about this whole controversy with All Lives Matter. You know, Stephen A. Smith was caught up in that whole thing and echoing that sentiment made by, I believe it was a Republican candidate for president. I'm not exactly sure who it was right now. And so there's this question going back and forth, and I talked about it a couple of days ago as well, where, you know, there's a big difference. And you know, don't minimize the Black Lives Matter campaign that's going on right now. But Cardale Jones mentioned something on his Twitter account about that, and a fan took umbrage with him and says that basically he needs to worry only about Ohio State football, you know, and not worry about that. In effect, kind of shooting him down for his political opinions, his opinions on social issues in this country. And so Cardale Jones comes back with, "Sorry, Mr. Master." And I'm going to read it like he probably intended for the guy to read it. "Sorry, Mr. Master. I ain't allowed to tweet nothing but football stuff. I don't want you to think more than a lots of football players, sir." And that's where he was coming from. That's where he was coming from. The guy basically had this attitude that hit him back and was like, "Man, we need you to shut up and just concentrate on football, you silly Negro." That's the way I took it. And that's the way evidently Cardale Jones took it too. And so he came back at dudes, man, with that statement. And then he said another statement as well, says, "One thing about your own opinion is yours." So he's never been, you know, he's never been a guy that's going to hold his tongue on these types of things. And I absolutely respect that. Now, let me say this, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, it's probably going to hurt him. Truth be told, I mean, behind closed doors, the way these type of things work, and I remember when Ryan came out of college, when he came out of college, my brother came out of college and went to the NFL, you know how they have these scouting reports, and they break down every little thing about you. You remember a couple of years ago there was this story where the guy just went off on Cam Newton and talked about how he's not a leader, he's a fake or whatever. So these recruiting scouting reports come out on you. Something like this is probably going to hurt dude. And let me tell you why I say that. When Ryan came out of college from Georgia Tech, there was this controversy about Bill Lewis. And I'm kind of giving you a nutshell of it. There was this controversy about Bill Lewis, who was the coach of Georgia Tech at that time. And he was a horrible coach. And Ryan kind of, in the locker room, you know, made it known that he was doing a bad thing. And so one of these scouts, if I'm remembering correctly, one of these scouts going to the NFL, from college to the NFL, made this comment and talking about him, about being a locker room lawyer, and to the effect of not being able to be controlled. And so if he went to the lengths to put that in there, evidently that serves some type of merit in NFL locker rooms. This guy's a guy you're not going to be able to control, doesn't have a filter, and once again, the term they always use is locker room lawyer. And so, in effect, how that ties into Cardale Jones is because he's a free thinker and because he cares more about, you know, life than just football, then that's going to be a nick against him, which is a horrible thing, which is an absolute horrible thing, man. But once again, I applaud the young man for making a stance. And a lot of times in today's sports, you know, we don't have athletes that will make these types of statements and go on the record and speak out on a social issue And it's very refreshing in my opinion, man. It's a ball award to Cardale Jones. Hope it doesn't hurt his money, though. And that's the other part of this, is when you make these types of statements and make these quote-unquote controversial statements, there's going to be a backlash. You're never, ever, ever, in this type of thing, you're never, ever, ever going to please everybody. So there's always going to be like somebody that's got an issue with what you say. I mean, there's always two sides of the coin. There's Democrats, there's Republicans. You say tomato, I say tomato. So I'm very, very hesitant to even to reply to somebody where I think it's going to get into a heated debate or some kind of back and forth between me and a person on Twitter or Facebook. Sometimes I do. In particular, let me try to think of, a couple of days ago, and we talked about this yesterday on the Doug Stewart Show. And it's kind of outside of the realm of what we were initially talking about, but I talked about how I took umbrage with these cats on my Facebook page for saying that Drake writing or not writing his rhymes and having a writer to write his rhymes is okay, somehow okay. And I took umbrage with that, and the person came back with me and said something really silly. So I said, you know what, dude, whatever. It's cool. I'm done. If you're going to try to sit here and defend a rapper not writing his lyrics, then me going back and forth with you and debating with you is senseless, is pointless. So I was like, all right, dude, whatever. And I just left it alone because you never, ever going to come to an agreement on a lot of these things. You know, people see things differently, and that's fine. I respect that. We can agree to disagree. Bottom line is when you respond to somebody on Twitter or on social networks, be prepared for the conversation and the argument to never end. It's never going to end. You know, once again, you're never, ever going to appease everybody. So a lot of times I even look at it like, what's the point? What's the point of even responding? You sound like an idiot. You sound stupid as hell. I'm sure Cardale's saying to this guy that hit him back on Twitter and made those comments. But at the end of the day, man, you know, you got your point across, but how much are you willing to go back and forth with somebody? You know, a lot of times these people, man, they feel like they're making a name for themselves. You know, they're becoming, you know, quasi-famous. They got their 15 minutes of fame by going back and forth with Cardale Jones. So you kind of giving them shine. So what's the point, man? What's the point? But I absolutely, at the bottom of the day, man, if the day was Monday, I'd give them a baller award for that commentary. Yes, sir. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. The easy way to be totally interactive on the Doug Stewart Show is just to hit me in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, when we get back from the break, not a good sign for Tom Brady in this Deflategate appeal thing. We'll talk about that. I'll talk about some birthdays, and maybe we'll get to the chat already. Up next on the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! I don't like Johnny Gill. He took my spot on New Edition. One of my favorite songs of all time from New Edition is Can You Stand the Rain? So to pay ode to that famous song, man, I'm going to give you my little rendition of Can You Stand the Rain? On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. Ooh, ooh. When that's not possible, Tell me, can you weather the storm? Then Ralph jumps in. 'Cause I need somebody who will stand. Shut up! Shut up! Who will stand by me through the good times and bad times. She will always be right there. Hey, sunny days. Everybody has them. Tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? J-Rob, Tree, if you stop Doug singing, we will renege your BPA nomination. Huh? Buster, Doug, I see why you got kicked out. Dude, wait a minute. Back up, Jack. Shut up. Studio audience, y'all are out of control today. I mean, seriously, we're going to talk about this. We're going to have to take y'all into Larry's office after this show. That ninja, you just cracked my damn phone screen. What? Where's all of this coming from? Who's putting y'all up to say these things? Who's putting y'all... Okay, Tree, jump on for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Did you prompt these people to say these nasty things to me on Spreaker.com?
You know what?
I mean, it's jealousy. Tree, we know that you sing. But you don't have to be the only person that can sing, okay? I can see it. What do the kids call it? Hating? Is that what's going on here, Tree? Are you hating on Doug Stewart? Dirty Della.
Oh, my God.
Dirty Della. Oh. Dirty Della. Oh. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, funky, freaky Football Friday. What up, though? Thanks for joining your boy. Getting your thoughts on Cardale Jones. Going back and forth with a dude on Twitter. I got to respect the young man. He's politically conscious to a degree. I mean, he's probably no Al Sharpton or anything like that, no Jesse Jackson, but the brother's got a conscience. I got to respect that. And also, Braxton Miller has decided that he is going to change positions and move to wide receiver, and he's helping the team. So I guess at the end of the day, you can't be mad about that. The question I would have is if he had the skill set to play in the NFL, is he kind of selling himself short? You remember Terrell Pryor has been fighting that whole thing for many, many years, another Ohio State quarterback. And Terrell Pryor recently has decided to change positions as well and move to wide receiver. And so I just hope it works out for these guys, man. I hope it works out because obviously Braxton Miller, man, got a lot of talent. I mean, a lot of talent. And if his best way to get an NFL check is to play wide receiver, I don't have a problem with that at all. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. And this segment is brought to you by Ticket Liquidator. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers to give you the opportunity to attend the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. The goal is to bring you more tickets, better service, and lower prices so that you can be there to witness the best of the world of entertainment, culture, and sports. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, give them a call at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034. And make sure and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Also, man, we're doing this new thing, this new form of advertising, man, through Fiverr.com. That's Five, 2 R's, Fiverr.com. And you can advertise on the Doug Stewart Show, hence $5. You can advertise on the show for as little as $5. Oh, my Lord. 60-second ads talking about whatever the hell you want to talk about, your business, your product, your brand, an event you got coming up or something like that, man. You can advertise on the Doug Stewart Show starting for as low as $5. So that's Fiverr.com. Once you get on there, just click on the little search engine on the website and put in the Doug Stewart Show. We'll pop right up, and we will take care of you. Let's do some business, all right? 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Some birthdays for you today. Happy birthday to J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, 46 years old. Lord, have mercy. I mean, just fine for no reason. Kadeem Hardison. Wow, you know you're getting old, man, when Kadeem Hardison, a.k.a. Dwayne Wayne, from A Different World, is 50 years old today. Oh, my gosh. Dwayne Wayne is 50 years old today. Happy birthday to that brother. He's got a job. You know, I got an 11-year-old daughter. She still watches Disney Channel, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And so Dwayne Wayne, man, he's still making money. And Kadeem Hardison's his real name. He's still making money. He's on one of those Disney shows. I don't know, but I came in a room a couple of days ago, and he was on this little kid show on Disney Channel. I was like, man, good for you, brother. Good for you. Barry Bonds turns 51 years old today. It's a great week for Barry Bonds. He beat his steroid investigation charge thingy, his case. He beat that. And now he turns 51 years old. So praise God. Barry Bonds had a great week. Rick Fox, 46 years old today. Happy birthday to Rick Fox, former Laker, former Celtic, longtime NBA player. If Nino Brown would hear, he'd say you pretty Mickey Ficky. So Rick Fox turns 46 years old today. The great Karl Malone turns 52 years old today. Happy birthday to Karl Malone. And anybody else of note? Looking at this list, nah, that's about it. So happy birthday to all of those folks. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. If you're just joining me, man, we talked a little bit about Ohio State football, a couple of the prominent players on Ohio State, Braxton Miller and Cardale Jones. A little bit later on today's show, we're going to give you the Boiled Peanuts Award winner. And what that is in effect, the Buster of the Week. And there's a lot of good contestants, but there's one that clearly outshines everybody else. So you can vote for that. And also, man, I'm probably going to sing a song for you today, man. I got to be in the mood to sing for y'all. You know, sometimes I feel it, and some days, you know, some things might be going on in my life, and so I'm not in a singing type mood. I can tell you right now, definitively, I am in a singing mood. Yes, sir. Woo! And something on my heart. A particular artist on my heart, man, is the great Michael Jackson. You know what maybe brought the Michael Jackson thoughts up? Yesterday on Facebook, somebody posted one of those things, and I talked about this a couple of days ago as well. Somebody posted one of those little 4-block things with 4 pictures in it, and it says, which one has to go, or which one would you take, or whatever. You can only take one of the 4. And so there was this meme of Michael Jackson. I think it was Eazy-E. I think it was Tupac, and then it was Bob Marley. Like, which one would you bring back? And maybe it wasn't Eazy-E. It was somebody else. I can't remember who it was right now. And, man, I looked at that, man, and a lot of great artists. Maybe it was somebody like Marvin Gaye or somebody like that. I looked at all of those artists, man, and that's a tough one. That's like one of the toughest ones I've seen before. Like, if you had the ability, you know, some type of Game of Thrones type ish where you can bring back the dead, which one of those 4 artists would you bring back? And I thought about it for a second, man, and I looked at Mike looking like a darn plastic mannequin all looking. It was one of the later pictures of Mike. And I says, man, Michael Jackson ain't supposed to be gone, man. He wasn't supposed to be gone like this. I think I might bring back Mike. Man. So today, man, I'm feeling kind of Michael Jackson-ish, and I'm probably going to sing some Michael Jackson for y'all a little bit later. Yes, sir. Chucktown Frank says, I request a tune by the great Nat King Cole. Unbelievable. That's what you are. Man, thank you, Chucktown Frank. And not only is he wanting me to sing one of Nat King Cole's songs, Unbelievable, but he's saying me as a singing talent is unbelievable as well. Thank you, Chucktown Frank. Thank you, brother. From Stringer, he says, anyone notice that Tracy Ellis Ross left Kadeem's show on BET, Read Between the Lines, and did the exact same show on ABC, Blackish? And I got to be honest with you, I never saw Kadeem Hardison's show Read Between the Lines. I never saw an episode of it. If that's the case, that sounds kind of bootleg. I guess what you're saying, Stringer, and insinuating is that they stole the concept. A lot of Drake going on around here. I hope that's not the case. From Miss Mocha Bella, she says, happy birthday, Barry Bonds, Rick Fox, and Karl Malone. Happy birthday, J-Lo, Kadeem Hardison. And maybe, this is a guy talk show. Okay? Maybe at some point, man, we'll do the top 5 most beautiful asses in the world of all times. I do top 5s on this show as well. It's almost too many to even choose from. And I guess if we whittled it down to celebrities, we could easily fill out a list. But maybe we'll do that one day on the show. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, what I do is these top 5 lists periodically throughout the week. And, like top 5 rapper of all time, top 5 wide receiver of all time. We go over, the other day we did top 5 junk foods of all times. Maybe at some point we should put together a top 5 beautiful big asses of all times. I like that. J-Lo would definitely be on the list. Lord have mercy. From Dollars and Cents, I love Chuck. Okay, here we go. I love Chuck, but still some damn black Pinocchios, if y'all think Doug. Let's just move on from that one. Let's see what else we got here. From That Ninja, Monogram, laugh out loud, love your quick wit, but that's effed up. Fat Boy McCoon, not Hulk. Jordan just sent him free last year. These cats having some little conversations in the chat room. That's fine, though. From Angie, the First Lady. Hey, Angie, the First Lady. That's Big Vince's wife. That's why she calls herself the First Lady. I had a Chicago dog. Couldn't find any gear. Oh, we. I don't know what she's talking about. Once again, another side conversation. From Matt, I'm going to give folks another week to accept their invites. If they don't, then sure. Matt, shouts out to you, Matt. I accepted my invite. I am in the Doug Stewart Show Fantasy Football League as of now, and I plan to win. Yes, sir. Well, I'm sure we can fill up the league, Matt. That's not a problem at all. That wouldn't be hard at all to fill up the Doug Stewart Show Fantasy Football League. So, yeah, y'all need to go ahead and register. We're going to give your spot to somebody else. It looks like Detroit Matt took on the responsibility of being the commissioner, but I am now designating myself the co-commissioner. Yeah, just straight off the dome. So, yeah, if you got an invite to join the Doug Stewart Show Fantasy Football League, make sure you go ahead and do that, or we're going to give your spot away to somebody else, one of the other 3,000 people that wants it, okay? All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. When we get back from the break, man, all I'm going to do is read chat. We're going to try to find some of the better, more non-side topic having chat out there in the chat room, all right? Sports talk, guy talk with hot sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on thedougstewartshow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing? Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. Happy Friday to you. And once again, this is a fantastic, funky, freaky football Friday. And we're brought to you, this segment, by Pry America. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband and father and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Pry America. If you're a parent or a husband or wife or whatever and want to discuss options with one of Pry America's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Once again, 678-439-7172. He has an Atlanta number because he's based here in Atlanta, but he can do a policy and talk to you about your options as far as a life insurance policy in any state in the country. So give him a call and tell him that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes, sir. All right. The NFL Players Association extended a settlement offer to the NFL last week regarding Tom Brady's suspension for his alleged role in the Deflategate. The offer, however, was met with silence from the NFL, and that's not a good sign for Tom Brady. It's not a good sign for Tom Brady. It's a great sign for people like myself that feel like Tom Brady's a cheating SOB. It looks like that the NFL is digging his heels in to, fight this dude and however long or however far he wants to take it. The word is that the NFL is not going to settle with Tom Brady, in that they're, in effect, trying to put together the wording and the response from Roger Goodell and the NFL to the appeal for Deflategate in a way that's going to be able to stand up in court. So they're taking their time. I still think they're probably going to reduce the number of games from 4 to probably like 2, maybe even 1. But word is that Tom Brady wouldn't accept anything other than no games. And I guess from his side of the coin, they don't have any real proof that he did tell these guys or instruct these guys, the equipment managers, to do it, even though we all know that he did. And from the NFL side is, they made a decision in which Troy Vincent was actually, and they had an arbitrator, Wells, that actually ruled on it. And the NFL has been looking real bad over the last couple of years with these type of things and these appeals and whatnot. And so they're going to fight them. Excuse me. And so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, man. You have a strange dichotomy here when you're talking about one of the top 1, 2, 3 players as far as relevance, brand, fan support, and popularity in the NFL. And the NFL in itself is one of those, players might have to take him to court. So that's not a good sign for Tom Brady. You would think if the NFL were thinking about backtracking on the decision they made to give him 4 games, that they might take any type of offer and settlement. And the back part of that whole settlement thing, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, is that the NFL had to agree not to place any liability on Tom Brady. In effect, no claim of responsibility. And so that's not going to work. I mean, that defeats the whole damn purpose. In effect, he would maybe pay a fine, maybe be suspended for a game. But at the end of the day, the record would show that Tom Brady did not or had nothing to do with this. In effect, that the charges weren't real, and that the only charges really sticking to him is the fact that he was not in compliance and he was not, or he was very evasive in the questioning in the investigation to Deflategate. That's not going to work. I mean, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Thank you, studio audience. I was trying to figure out what side y'all were on. So that's not going to work. I cannot wait until this thing comes to a conclusion as far as from the league standpoint and Roger Goodell. Let's see if they backpedal, man. Let's just see if they backpedal. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show from Thorny Switch. What up, Thorny Switch? She says, laugh out loud. It's cool if you did, Ninja. I can see it now. The dish was probably monogrammed, too. I think I already actually read that a little bit later or earlier. Grego, it's probably more cases like that, Matt. We had Puerto Ricans and young white kids calling each other Ninja during my retail career. I don't know what they're talking about. They got a lot of side conversations going on in the chat room. That Ninja, if you don't write your raps, you are an actor. Tone Loc, Salt and Pepper. Yeah, well, and that Ninja, me and that Ninja got into a discussion a couple of days ago about Salt and Pepper writing their rhymes. I haven't been able to hear anybody confirm or deny that. Like, I need to see some type of real tangible evidence before I believe that. Just like with the Drake thing. We're kind of assuming in this conversation that Drake has been using this ghostwriter or whatever. He hadn't responded. He hadn't said that's true. So technically, it's just a rumor. Or it's just some shade another rapper threw on him. He needs to respond, though. I'll say that. If I did and have been writing my rhymes for, my career and never used a ghostwriter or whatever, I'm going to say I didn't. And Drake hadn't done that yet. From that, Hogan clip is not racist. He was talking about how his black friends called him the N-word. He actually wrote it out, and he used to be able to say it back a bit over the years. He stopped saying it because people became more sensitive to it. But here's the other part of that story, and what Matt's talking about, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I read this story yesterday as well. The WWE has taken Hulk Hogan off of everything that it has, I guess, in the on the internet as far as like websites, social media, and they've taken him. They're kind of in effect trying to distance themselves from Hulk Hogan because of some comments that he made on a radio show a couple of years ago. But what Matt is saying is that the part that's actually being reported, the backstory of it is that clip that we're hearing that you can actually go online and hear when he was talking about and explaining why he used the N-word with his friends or whatever that Matt just talked about. That's actually something that was added on to the inflammatory clip that he supposedly said, which has not been released yet, if you understand where I'm going with this. There's a clip out that anybody can hear, But there's more of it that Hulk Hogan and his representatives didn't put out. This was kind of like the sanitized portion of the story. But there's more to the story and more of him using the N-word allegedly. So that's that. From Thorny Switch, Cardale Jones shut that troll down. Vast majority of the fan base had his back. Hell, I had his back. I'm talking about Cardale Jones and the comments that he made that I talked about earlier. From Jersey Vern, 12 gauge will start. And Doug, don't worry about us. We don't need you talking about the Buckeye, you hater. That's fine. It actually gave me hives talking about y'all. So, okay, fine. I won't talk about punk-ass Ohio State no more, stealing national championships Ohio State. I won't talk about them no more then, except for today. From That Ninja, preach, Doug, right on all accounts. Thank you for whatever. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Let's see who we got here. From Ronald Cameron, I haven't heard the Hogan clip yet. From Matt, we're waiting on one more person to accept their invite to the Fantasy League. Oh, only one person? Okay, that's fine. We'll get that person to accept their invite. I mean, you're actually playing for second place. You do know that, right? Yes, sir. You are playing for second place because I'm really going to put in a lot of effort in this Fantasy League, man, for obvious reasons. I mean, I got to represent. I got to represent to the Stewies, okay? Who do we got here? From Grego. He was quoting the great Booker T stage. That's why it was accepted. Still talking about that Hulk Hogan thing. Doug, I'm in the minority, and if he was healthy, I wanted to see him start. Oh, and Braxton Miller. Once again, if you're a fan of Ohio State, and I talked about it in the first segment, if you're a fan of Ohio State and you feel like that he probably would have been the starter, remember now, in this whole thing, and J.T. Barrett and Braxton Miller and Cardale Jones, Braxton Miller was the starter. And I believe both of the other guys were on the squad, and they were backups, and had the opportunity to win the starting quarterback job for Ohio State. Probably 2 or 3 years ago, and they didn't do it. I mean, they chose Braxton Miller. Okay, so that's saying a lot. Evidently, the kid could play quarterback and was very successful doing it. From K3000, Doug, R&B King. Man, I want to sing Stewart. Oh, man. Thank you, K3000. Yeah, I'm really feeling it today. We miss you, Mike. I'm really feeling it today. What else we got here in the Doug Stewart Show? From Dollars and Cents, Miller stands, still not throwing that from what I heard, and wasn't the most accurate anyway. Ain't talking about Braxton Miller. From J-Rob, ain't mad at Braxton Miller. I hope he has some speed on him. Very, very reminiscent of the Terrell Pryor situation, and ultimately what's come of that. Terrell Pryor has decided to move to wide receiver. From what I'm hearing, though, he's with the Cincinnati Bengals right now. From what I'm hearing is they're still going to have some packages in the playbook for him at quarterback. So it's kind of like a win-win situation, and I guess you would use him as your third-string quarterback at least, right? If you're Cincinnati, you'd have a couple of plays in the playbook for him where he can come in, spread-type plays, use him at wide receiver, and he could serve as your third-string backup. He needs to know the whole playbook. So I'm happy for that guy, man. I don't understand. I'm one of the few people, I think, that thinks Terrell Pryor can play in the NFL. But once again, at the end of the day, he needs to try to secure himself getting a check. Yes, sir! And I guess that's what he's doing for the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Damn it, it's hour number 2 coming up already. The fastest show in sports. Yes! When we get back from the break, hour number 2. And, man, big news in Pittsburgh. We'll talk about that. Read more of your chat. I might even sing when we get back. Stay tuned for that. Yes, sir. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, What I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and #1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes!
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
I'd been talking about red rice and frogmore stew. Another one on the list, on number 13 on this list, is peanuts taste better boiled. Yes. And as God is my witness, my wife did not know people boiled peanuts and ate them. She did not. My wife's from Ohio. And yes, boiled peanuts, if cooked right, are the bomb.
Sports talk. Straight, no chaser.
All right, so I got to clear something up. and I don't even know why anybody's mind would even work like this, but evidently it's becoming a topic of conversation. In the last segment, I was talking about boiled peanuts, okay, that come from out of the ground, not boiled peanuts. And so, evidently there's some talk in the chat room about Doug talking about boiled man parts. No, peanuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. Peanuts, okay? What is it, P-E-A-N-U-T-S? Peanuts. No, man, not boiled peanuts. Come on, man. And I see Vern in here. Damn you, Vern. Ugh. Y'all know what the hell I was saying. This is the Doug Stewart Show. What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. Hour number 2, baby. Yes, sir. You are locked and loaded and listening live to the realest, the trillest, the most entertaining, most unfiltered sports talk, guy talk show in America, the Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir. Fantastic, freaky, funny, fantabulous Football Friday, July 24th, 2015. Shouts out to all of the Stewies, everybody in the chat room, man. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for joining your boy, man. This segment is brought to you by Simmons Carpet Cleaning. That's right, man. Need your carpet clean? Do you live in Metro Atlanta? Well, call Simmons Carpet Cleaning and Flooring Services. They clean carpets and upholstery. Polish and shine, hardwood floors, tile and grout floors. They got a special going on right now, and you got to make sure and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Listen to this. Grab your pencil. 5 rooms for $119.99 and $20 per room thereafter. Hardwood floors, 25 cents a square foot to polish and shine. Check them out at their website at simmonscarpetcleaning.com or give them a call. You got that pencil, right? The phone number is 678-964-5921. Once again, 678-964-5921. They're on Facebook as well at facebook.com/Simmons Carpet Cleaning. Simmons Carpet Cleaning and Flooring Services gives you a professional cleaning with a personal touch. I actually know the owner. So if you're in Metro Atlanta, hell, he might even travel to Alabama. If you need your carpet clean, man, with a professional cleaning, professional touch, call my guy, Ron Simmons at Simmons Carpet Cleaning, 678-964-5921. Thank you for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. This is hour number 2, and we've been talking a little bit of football, college football, man. That's right around the corner. Listen, I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday. Starting Monday, we're going to have like a breakdown, preseason breakdown of one NFL team and one college team. We'll just briefly talk about some of the happenings with those particular teams, comings, goings, new guys, guys they're going to look for to be big components of the teams, the said teams, whatnot. So football talk, man. We're 48 days away from the start of the NFL. I got to remember to write that down because I'm going to keep like my own counter. And so we're 48 days. I believe that's right. 48 days from kickoff in the NFL. Actually, 43 days, I think, for college football. Let me write that down as well. So we're going to keep like our own little counter, man. The football season is right around the corner. Praise God. Cannot wait. Cannot wait, man. We're Americans, man. We don't give a damn about no damn soccer. We don't care about that crap. Let's just be honest. As a whole, a lot of people like it. But as a whole, we are a country that thrive and absolutely love and adore football. It's the sport of kings, better than anything. Football. Was that the great Goldie Hawn? Yes, sir. We love football, man. So football is right around the corner. So we'll start getting into some football conversation starting on Monday. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Speaking of football, man, the Pittsburgh Steelers just signed Mike Tomlin to a new deal, added 2 more years to his contract. So which means that Mike Tomlin is going to be the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers until 2018. It's worth at least $7 million per season. Mike Tomlin making $7 million per season. Praise God! Yes, sir! Yes, Lord! Wow. Let's see here. In 8 seasons with the Steelers, Mike Tomlin has 4 AFC North titles, 5 playoff appearances, 1 Super Bowl win, and 2 appearances. Wow, that's unbelievable. And when you talk about Pittsburgh, man, dude's only 43 years old. His record is 82-46. In relative terms, that's great for an NFL coach in his 8 seasons there. If you talk about, let me think about this. Let me step back for a second and think about this before I make the statement. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah, I can't even there's not another team, maybe the closest thing to the Pittsburgh Steelers as far as stability in sports is probably the San Antonio Spurs. But even them, they're way behind. Greg Popovich has been there forever. They've been dominant throughout his entire tenure. But nobody compares to the consistency and the stableness of an organization like the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers have had 3 coaches since 1969. That's unbelievable in the climate of sports today. 3 coaches since 1969. That's Chuck Noll, and that's Bill Cowher, and that's Mike Tomlin. That's it. Wait a minute. Let me do some quick math here. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. 69, 79, 89, 99, 2009. Then you add 6. So we're talking 46 years. In 46 years, the Pittsburgh Steelers have had 3 coaches, and they have been successful as hell throughout those 46 years, man. Unbelievable. All 3 of them have been named Coach of the Year, being the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and talking about Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and and Mike Tomlin. All three of them have been coaches of the year. It's crazy, man. It's unbelievable. I mean, some of these damn teams will have 3 coaches in a year. That's happened several times. And you're talking since 1969, man, the model of consistency. Now, there's some other teams that I could kind of put in the realm of consistent. I think you could probably put the Baltimore Ravens in a very in talking about consistency. They could be talked about definitely, but they're so young. It pales in comparison to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It pales in comparison. How long have the Ravens even been along? For what, 20 years? Maybe a little bit less than that. Since 1969, the Pittsburgh Steelers have had only 3 coaches. That is unbelievable. Let me go ahead and grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what you want to talk about?
Doug Stewart, what's happening?
What's up? Who is this?
T from Huntsville, sir.
T from Huntsville. What up, baby?
Oh, man, just enjoying the show, man.
T, let me say this.
Starting off the show so well.
Let me say this, T, before you even get into your call.
All right.
T, you're one of my favorite Stewies of all times, man. You've been riding with us since back in the day with the 2 Live Stews. You've been a part of the Dog Pound, the Dogs and the Poodles, man. I appreciate the support, man. But I do have to tell you this, man. You need to stand down. You need to stand down for your dislike for my music, brother. I mean, I'm just going to tell you right now, my music is here to stay. So if you want to keep our relationship the way that it is, man, you just need to back up a little bit, baby. That's all I'm saying. Just back up a little bit, all right? All right? Hold on. Let me click this gun too. Click. All right, go ahead. Go ahead with your call, T.
Oh, that's messed up. Okay, man. I wanted to give you credit for starting out the show talking about the Ohio State University.
Yeah, T, it really hurt me, man. But I keep it real around here, man.
Yeah, and I also like to commend you on letting go of your bitterness about losing that national championship. With your Miami team that you rarely mention nowadays.
I'm still bitter, T. I'm still bitter, but I'm a professional. I'm a professional more so than I'm bitter.
Okay, I thought you had let that go. But my opinion on the quarterback situation, originally I wanted Braxton to go somewhere else because I feel that if 12 Gauge comes back, and like you said, I agree, he could have left and went to the league. So if he comes back, you wink, wink, nudge, nudge, told him you're going to be our guy.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't start him, I think that sets a bad precedent. We'll be fine on the field if you did that, but other players are going to look, and I guarantee you after that, they will never pass up an opportunity to go to the league because they know you'll screw them over.
Yeah.
I mean, the man threw 12 Gauge under the bus immediately after they won the title. I think he said, he played a great game and he did some things, but he's got a lot of maturing to do.
Yeah, he definitely. You're talking about Urban Meyer. He definitely tried to minimalize and give more credit as a team effort than opposed to Cardale Jones, and I think he should have deserved.
Yeah, exactly. And he went out his way to do it at a most inopportune time. So when guys are looking at that, they're still going to play ball. I think we'd be okay, but that's not going to sit well with a lot of people. Now, as far as Braxton's argument, he played well. It's not 3 quarterbacks that think they can play. It's 3 that know they can play. Right. They've all done it.
Right.
Now, Braxton moved into a receiver. Okay, I hate for anybody to have to do that, but I think it'll be productive. He's very athletic, very fast, and I think he's gonna show some skill. He's gonna help us out a lot, and he's gonna help himself as far as the league next year.
Okay.
Between 12 Gauge and JT Barrett, I want to see 12 Gauge because what he is JT Barrett, but bigger and with a stronger arm.
Mm-hmm.
And what Urban Meyer did last year in the playoffs is he used that arm and extended the field, and that really helped. We didn't play tight to the vest or conservative. We didn't 3 yards in a cloud of dust. They had no idea what was coming. We might throw it downfield. We might go 10 yards. Might go 20. Might give it to Cardale. Might give it to Ezekiel. But we had a wide open offense, and he used that man's ability. So JT Barrett is great. He has a strong arm himself, but I think I'd have to start him because of that factor, because I think they're equal outside of the fact that my man is bigger and he has a longer arm and he's just as accurate. And when he ran, it was effective as well. Because he's so big, people didn't want to tackle him.
Yeah. T, appreciate the call, man. Sorry we up against a break, brother. Thank you for giving me a call. And I really mean that about my singing, man. Speaking of singing, and I didn't mean to cut you off so abruptly, T. Speaking of singing, man, stay tuned to the Doug Stewart Show, man. Shouts out to the great Michael Jackson. That's all I'm going to say. Let me just set that right there. Shouts out to Michael Jackson. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and #1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! This is your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the Two Live Stews. Check out my brand new daily show and podcast that airs live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Spreaker.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show daily at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Spreaker.com. Or check out the podcast anytime, 24/7. If you're not stewing, what in the world are you doing?
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. I'm going to do this Michael Jackson for you on this Friday, man. Yes, sir. Got to get mic mode. There'll be no darkness tonight. Lady, our love will shine, lighting the light. Just put your trust in my heart and meet me in paradise. Now is the time. Girl, you're every wonder in this world to me. Yes, sir. Her treasured time won't steal away. So listen to my heart. Lay your body close to mine. Let me fill you with my dreams. I can make you feel alright. And baby, through the years, gonna love you more each day. So I promise you tonight that you will always be the lady in my life. Yes, sir! Lay back in my tenderness. Let's make this a night we won't forget. Girl, I need your sweet caress. So reach out to a fantasy. Two hearts in the beat of ecstasy. Come to me, girl. Yes, sir. And I will keep you warm through the shadows of the night. Let me touch you with my love
I can make you feel so right. And maybe through the years, even when we're old and gray, I will love you more each day, 'cause you will always be the lady in my life. Woo! Stay with me. I want you to stay with me. I need you by my side. Woo! Don't you go nowhere. Let me keep you warm. You're my lady. Woo! The sweetest love. I want to touch you, babe. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. You're my lady, and I love you, girl. Woo! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, man, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, man. Whenever I sing, man, it takes me a second to like decompress, you know, because I put so much heart, soul, and emotion in it. So you're welcome, man. You're welcome. I mean, if anybody gonna do Michael Jackson right, it's me. If anybody gonna do Mike right, it's gonna be me, man. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. I mean, the phone lines are blowing up. You know, it takes me a second once again to gather myself because, you know, that's not a little thing to do. Is to do Lady in My Life and to do Michael Jackson justice. So I'm reading all of the chat here. Thank you so much for all of the kind words in the chat room. From K3000, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We got calls. I mean, my gosh. You're welcome. Let me say it one more time. You're welcome. K3000 says, Dougie, I have hope for the world. You give us life. You're welcome, K3000. From Jay Smith, says, hey, Doug, there's a reason American Idol contestants didn't sing Whitney and Michael. Yeah, I mean, they couldn't do it. But I can do it. So I see. That's a great point. You're exactly right. Not anybody can do Michael Jackson and Whitney. I mean, not anybody can do that. I mean, you got to be a special type of talent to sing Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston. So I agree with you. And ultimately what he's saying is only somebody like you could pull that off. What is there? From Chico to Alpha, he says, thank you, Doug. You're welcome, Chico to Alpha. I mean, every time I have a concert, Chico to Alpha is there. Kim Jane, standing ovation. I mean, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kim Jane. I appreciate it. Whew. Cornelius, yes, Doug, sing the ish out. That's how you get it. Hey, man, I could sit here and read. Literally, we have thousands of messages on the chat line, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show about that rendition, The Lady in My Life, but I just can't sit here and just do it all day. I know, I'm sorry. I'll try and read more, but we just have to move on with the show. Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much. Boosa, he says, damn. Doug is talented. Thank you, Boosa. Thank you very much. Let me grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Yo, what's going on, Stu?
What up, Vern?
What's up, baby? Guess what I sang last night, man?
Vern, I appreciate the call, man, but turn your ass around. Turn your ass. Wait a minute. Yeah, get the gun right. We didn't put bullets in the gun. We had the bullets in the gun for T, but we didn't put the bullets in the gun. And I realized that was Vern. Vern from Jersey, and you're listening to Doug Stewart Show. He was going to call up here and say something smart, so I just had to cut him off at the pass. Vern, turn your ass around! Here we go. Vern, why? This is what I understand, and this is what I said to T earlier, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Why would you rain on the parade? Why would you rain on the parade of all the Stewies? Why would you do that? Why would you call up here with negativity? Just because you can't sing, just because you weren't blessed with the gift of song, why would you call up here and rain on everybody's parade? You know, not me. It's nothing to do with me. I mean, because I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep selling out shows, concert venues. That's what I'm going to keep doing. But why would you want to, like, pour salt on the day in the listening experience of the Stewies? I don't understand that, Vern. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, so I'm not going to have it on a Friday. On a Friday especially, you're going to call up here and be negative, Vern, vagrant, Vern. We're not going to allow that, man. We're not going to allow that. We're going to keep thinking positive and doing positive things, and that includes song. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. One more time, man, for everybody in the chat room, giving me kudos, man, you're welcome. Boy, I actually had to, yesterday, when I decided I was going to do Lady in My Life, I actually did it back and forth in my head and kind of in open as well. I probably did it back and forth, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. And there you have it. That was the end result right there. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Hey, when we get back from the break, I want to talk a little bit about Lesean McCoy. He let them hoes. Allegedly. A little interesting story from Lesean McCoy, Buffalo Bill running back, former Philadelphia Eagle running back, as well as we're going to get into the Boiled Peanuts Award as well. We're going to go ahead and give out the Boiled Peanuts Award. In effect, what I did today, because I didn't set up the poll, I thought I could figure out how to do the little poll thing. Tree does that every week, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I didn't actually set up a poll, but I just kind of took like a temperature of the chat room of who should win this week's Boiled Peanuts Award. Tree actually isn't nominated, which is crazy. This is the first time in over 3 months she hadn't been nominated. But I'm going to go ahead and give the Boiled Peanuts Award to a very deserving person, or non-deserving, or bad person, or buster, or a Boiled Peanuts Award winner. That's what I'm going to do in the next segment of the Doug Stewart Show, all right? Stay tuned for that. Yes, sir. I feel good on a Friday. Daughter doesn't have a track meet this weekend. I don't have any really big commitments as well. So it's Friday. I'm going to drink a beer a little bit later. I mean, relishing in your comments, your commentary about my singing. Sit back, relax, once again, drink a couple beers, and have me a good weekend, man. Hope y'all have a good weekend, too. You know what I'm saying? I wish you well, man. All y'all. I love y'all, man. I nub y'all. I know. Actually, should be that. I nub y'all, man. I nub y'all. I think y'all would be y'all in buckwheat talk. I nub y'all. All right, when we get back from the break, we're going to talk Lesean McCoy. And also, man, there's a company coming for Nike. We're going to talk about that up next on the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
I want you to stay with me.
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me.
Okay, wait a minute. I think the microphone was on just now. So I think you got to hear a little behind the scenes, man, and how happy I feel on this Friday, man. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. Yeah, I was still singing Lady in My Life to myself, to my own damn self. Yes, sir. Oh, man. Happy Friday to you on the Doug Stewart Show. This is a fantastic, funky, freaky football Friday, July 24th, 2015. Shouts out to you. Give yourself a round of applause. You gave me a big round of applause for Lady in My Life, the rendition Michael Jackson classic a little bit earlier. And not everybody can do Michael Jackson, but we do it here on the Doug Stewart Show. So thank you very much for that. Hey, man, you can donate to the Doug Stewart Show, man. If you like this show, if you like having a good time, keeping it real about sports, you can donate to the Doug Stewart Show. I tell people all the time, man, just consider me like your radio waiter. And don't you tip your waiter after good service? What you're getting is a free service around here, man. You are getting thoroughly entertained on the Doug Stewart Show for 2 days or 2 hours, 5 days a week. You are. Am I lying? So if you get good service, just tip your waiter. That's all. That's all. If you donate $20 or more at thedougstewartshow.com, there's a little donate button to the right. If you donate $20 or more, man, we'll send you your very own first run edition of the Doug Stewart Show t-shirt. And a big thank you as well. If you send more than $20, like a lot more than $20, we'll send you more stuff. Like, I might, like, reach into my closet and send you something. I don't know. But thedougstewartshow.com, click the donate button, $20 or more, we will send you your own first-run edition, once again, of the Doug Stewart Show t-shirt. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Oh, man, I'm looking at all of this chat. And we'll get to more of your chat here in a second. But an Instagram post from Thursday night inviting women to attend a private party being hosted by Buffalo Bills running back Lesean McCoy in Philadelphia has been removed.
Women attending the party were asked to sign a confidentiality agreement, according to a response sent from the email address listed on the Instagram post. Now, let me say this. First of all, if you live in a major city, and I'm assuming this happens in most major cities, these players don't have time to be promoters. So a lot of times they got their cousin or they got a real promoter promoting the fact that they're going to have a party. Now, I don't have a problem at all of LeSean McCoy having a party, a private party, and inviting chicks only. I mean, listen, he probably got his team coming there, his teammates coming there. So they probably got enough damn hard legs or whatever. So they're trying to get some ladies. And I imagine there's a lot of ladies that would like to go and drink free alcohol and hang out with some football players. So I don't have a problem with that. Now, could problems arise because of the setting? That's why they wanted you to sign a confidentiality agreement. Okay? So I don't have no problem with this at all. As a matter of fact, this is genius. I mean, more for me. So okay, it's LeSean McCoy, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. So theoretically, it's LeSean McCoy and 30 of his teammates. So we want to increase our chances for something, good happening in that night. So it's 30 of us, and we're going to invite 80 girls. What's wrong with that? This is America, Jack. You can invite who you want to invite to your private party. But they're making this thing out. The way this story comes across is that there's something wrong. Now, the only thing I will say is wrong is they, about trademarking, man. You just can't use the Buffalo Bills trademark, and the flyer has a picture of LeSean McCoy. Clearly, once again, he didn't do this. He's no graphic designer. LeSean McCoy, and they've got in the background the Buffalo Bill insignia. And you can't do that. That's trademark material, so you can't do that. He should know better than that. And they still do it. People still use copyrighted trademark material on flyers all the time. I guess it's just a point where whoever owns said trademark, if they want to come after people, I'd imagine 99% of the time you don't waste your time going after somebody to use your mark. But the Bills had a little issue with it. They kind of warned them. I don't think nothing's going to come of it, man. I mean, it's a young dude sowing his wild oats. He's probably got a lot of wild oats to sow. Money, fame, everything. Everything, So I don't have a problem at all, man. As a matter of fact, I'm giving him a ball award. Ball award to LeSean McCoy. I wish I could do that. I mean, before I was married. I mean, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I'm 20 years married next month. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@dougstewartshow.com. Let me read some of your chat here, man. And thank you for all of the chat. From Chico the Alpha. He says, me, the Doug, black folks, crabs in the barrel. Man, hating ass ninjas. And I agree. And talking about Vern. And listen. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. This has nothing to do with me. My music career is going to be okay. I mean, we are going to flourish. I don't see any way we aren't going to continue to flourish musically. I actually project a couple of American Music Awards, Grammys, all of that comes with singing. I expect that. But it's not about me. It's about the enjoyment of the listeners to the Doug Stewart Show. And you calling up here and having some type of attitude, and all it is hate and jealousy. That's all it is because you can't sing. I mean, we all can't do everything. We all can't do anything. I mean, what you do, Vern, I don't know what the hell you do, Vern. You root for sorry-ass New York Knicks teams. That's what you do. And what I do is I do sports talk, guy talk, and what I do also is I sing with as much veracity as the first. Thank you, Chico the Alpha. Talk to your fellow Fantasy Island guy in Vern from Dobby. Vern, like Jason Voorhees, no matter how many times you shoot him, he keep coming back. He's right. And I don't know what we can do. I wish we could screen these damn calls. Says, what up, Falcons? This comes from What Up, Falcons. What's up, Falcons? How you doing, man? That's a cool little name. Atlanta Falcons, hopefully they do something this year. It says, damn, I missed it. Please sing again, Doug. Wow. I can't sing again, but you're in luck. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. You're in luck. We've got the technology. We're always adding things to the show, increasing the production value. And so about a week ago, we figured out a way and brought in a piece of equipment where we could quickly edit and copy and play audio over again on the show. And so we get back from the break, man. Maybe what I'll do is I'll give you a replay and play the audio of me singing Michael Jackson's "Lady in My Life" the next segment. So stay tuned. Thank you. What's up, Falcons? Oh man, that's beautiful. Let's see. From Thorny Switch, he says, JB happier than a sissy in boys camp. Just knew UGA was going to run the East. Talking about Georgia football. K3000, Dougie said, turn your ass around. Cut him off at the pass. Laugh Out Loud classic. Yeah, I had to, man. I saw it coming. I mean, we all know Vern's little game, his little trick. We all know what he's about. From Chico to Alpha, that gun was a punk-ass gun. Vern been back in the car. Right, the gun jam. I mean, we got to – let me see if we got it working now, though. Yeah, I hope he calls back now. Really put some lead in his ass. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Gun jammed. Happens once in a while if you know anything about weaponry. From G Wizard, Vern is a great American. Whatever. P. Cola 3. Does potpourri really work after a use? I don't know what he's talking about. From Encyclopedia Brown, he says, let me kind of review this and make sure that Doug is saying this again. You should retire. Oh, Encyclopedia Brown. Shouts out to you, Encyclopedia Brown. Thank you for chatting in the chat room. Looks like a new name to me. I don't recognize it. Doug, you're singing so great you should retire while you're on top. Make a comeback in 10 years and get paid. Wow, he really has concern for me. And, kind of want me to do a Rocky Marciano and retire on top. Let me think about that. Thought about it. No, sir. Why would I retire on top? Why would I do that? No, man. The people need me, man. Oh, boy. The people look forward to hearing me sing, man. Why would I do that? Oh, come on, man. From Let Me, he says, Doug, your singing is absolutely beautiful. Wow. Thank you, Let Me. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that, man. There's a lot of that. So there's a lot of that. I mean, I could read that all day long, man. And literally, I could read these comments all day long. Very gratifying, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Are you not entertained, huh? You know you are. You're entertained. Are you not entertained? Yes, you are. Yes, sir. All right, man. Don't go anywhere when we get back from the break, man. More sports talk. I think we will replay a little clip from me singing earlier today. And we're going to talk about a company coming for Nike. That's right. Last segment of the show. Damn. We got to get a third hour. We're working on it. We're working on it. If you donate, the more you donate, the quicker we'll get to that third hour. Just trust me on that. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Penis tastes better boiled.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to begin our study of the male erection. We are adults. Now, I want everybody together to go ahead and say, penis, penis, penis.
Penis tastes better. Penis tastes better. Penis tastes better boiled.
Come on, y'all, say it.
No, man. P-nuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. P-nuts. P-E-A-N-U-T-S. P-nuts. Y'all know what the hell I was saying.
Come on, y'all, say it.
That time of the week, this week's Boyle Peanuts Award. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Actually should have done this the last segment. Once again, I'm wearing a lot of hats today. The producer to the show, Tree, has not been here this week. But we got it. So the Boyle Peanuts Award goes out to the Buster of the Week in the world of sports, entertainment, and beyond. I really don't even think that this deserves a serious topic like this. I really don't even think it deserves to be put into the Boyle Peanuts Award. The Boyle Peanuts Award is kind of a lighthearted thing, and we had some discussion about this for a couple other things in the past. Should we include this story or this story in the Boyle Peanuts Award? But the number one nominee for this week's Boyle Peanuts Award is Brian Insignia. You know who that is? That's the officer that arrested Sandra Bland for that BS traffic stop and ultimately led to her death. And if you saw the video, man, one of the most disturbing things, we've seen a lot of disturbing things over the last couple of months, really like the last couple of years, if you go back to Trayvon Martin once again. But if you watch the video, man, in effect, the dude got mad and made up a reason, and the reason wasn't even valid, made up a reason to arrest this lady because she, in effect, didn't get down on her hands and knees and kiss his ass. That's what it was all about. Because she didn't treat him like he was God. She went to jail and ultimately died. And now, once again, we've seen a lot of bad things, man. But this whole situation, this whole scenario might be the worst because it's caught on video. And you see what a lot of us always talk about the occurrences that we have with the police. You saw it in that. That's the attitude they have, is if you don't respect me, why do I have to respect you? And once again, now there's a lot of great cops out there, man, that work and serve the people, but there's a lot and an inordinate amount of cops out there, just like this dude, Brian Insignia, that if you don't talk to them a certain type of way, if you don't get on your hands and knees and just kiss their ass to the nth degree, then it's a problem. Like they feel like that a badge gives them the right to belittle you. And that's so bad, man. It's unbelievable. But we've seen that so many times. So he was nominated, man. Brittany Griner was nominated. Bill Cosby was nominated. The Lakers, new free agent players were nominated. Donald Trump was nominated. All of those, man, in relative terms, man, in comparison to this guy, Brian Insignia, man, are minimal, are small as hell. So Brian Insignia is this week's Bald Penis winner. And I'm sure y'all have seen, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I'm sure y'all have seen the video that's going around on Facebook right now. People are trying to insinuate that the mugshot of Sandra Bland was actually doctored some type of way, or made to look like a mugshot, but in effect, in the picture, she's actually dead already. I don't know about that. I've seen some people respond saying no, she actually talked to someone after the mugshot was taken. There's also a video out showing supposedly at the police station when Sandra Bland got to the police station, they had her like hog-tied. This particular person was hog-tied, like their wrist and their feet were tied together, and the person was motionless. And the police went in the back of the car and picked this person up and dropped them on the ground. I don't know how real that was. I don't know if it was dealing with another case or whatever, because on the car, part of the video on the car, it actually said the Houston police or the Tampa police. And actually, the story happened in Texas. So there's a lot of stuff going on around right now, man. I just really, man, I just hope, man, this thing isn't nefarious. I just hope that it's not foul play going on behind the scenes of what happened to this lady, man. It's tragic. She was on her way to start her new job at her alma mater at Prairie View A&M and sounded excited. She didn't sound like a lady that wanted to kill herself. The whole thing is just very, and I hate to end the day's show on a note like this, man, but this guy Brian Insignia is this week's Bald Penis Award winner. He deserves a damn cooler full of bald penis. Oh, boy, this is the Doug Stewart Show, man. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. I didn't get a chance to play the replay of A Lady in My Life, as a What Up Falcons fan requested a little bit earlier. What I'll do is I'll probably play it at some point in the break coming up on Monday, because... or maybe I'll go ahead and play. Should I go ahead and play it right now? Hey, let me see if I can go ahead and get that in there. Waterhead, can we get it in? Okay, no, Waterhead saying we can't get it in right now. We thought we could get it in, and we can, but he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, like Tree does. And I didn't have time to do it during the break. I had to go see a man about a horse. In other words, I had to go take a crap. A real quick one. I had to cut it off real quick, obviously, because we only have a 4-minute break. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, so thank you for joining me today. One thing I wanted to mention, I wasn't able to mention it earlier, but I will right now. Under Armour, a story that came out on Business Insider. Under Armour continues to grow at a wild pace. On Thursday, the company reported a 29% growth in revenues over the same period last year, leading to a 7.3% jump in the company's stock price. Kevin Plank, the CEO, basically attributed this to 3 athletes in particular that Under Armour has signed under the brand, has really taken them to the next level. And those 3 people are Misty Copeland, who's actually a ballerina, and she's the first ballerina for, and I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me. Here we go. Misty Copeland became the first black woman to be named principal ballerina at the prestigious American Ballet Theater drove an increase in sales of women's apparel. Jordan Spieth, who's won the first two legs of two majors of the season this year in golf. You've seen him always wearing the Under Armour stuff. And then Steph Curry. And Steph Curry, obviously being an Under Armour guy, wearing their sneakers. Those three particular people have taken Under Armour to a new level, and they've, in effect, surpassed Adidas, being the number 2 revenue-making sports apparel company in the world, right behind Nike, which is incredible. Under Armour's only been around for, let me see if I can see quickly in this story how long Under Armour's been around. I'm going to guess Under Armour's been around for probably 10 years, maybe even a little bit less. And so they've already surpassed, like what, Puma, Adidas, Reebok, and everything. They're doing big things. They're doing big-ass things. But it's going to take a minute before you catch up with Nike. I'm going to tell you that right now, Jack. Yeah, it's going to take a minute before you catch up with Nike. But kudos. I actually took a picture with the guy, what's his name, Kevin Plank. We were doing a show at ESPN. We were doing First Take one weekend, and he was there doing something. And I actually took a picture with him. I also took a picture, I think that same weekend, Dana White, the owner and CEO of Ultimate Fighting, the UFC, was in studio as well. Both of them guys seem like real cool dudes, man. And Under Armour is blowing up like nitro. I like the little logo. You get it. It's a U and an A. It's a U and an upside down U, which makes the U and the A. The U and the A combined little thing kind of looks like an A. Cool little logo, man, and they're doing huge ass things, obviously, man. And they, in effect, say they're coming for Nike. I don't know if that's ever going to happen in our lifetime. Like Nike is a monster. You got to get up early in the morning to do the big things that Nike's been doing for many, many years. For over 40-something years, 50-something years, I think. Phil Knight started the company in 1967, I think the way the story read. Just retired, actually, from the company. But going back to the beginning of time with the bullet shoe Nikes, the bullet toe Nikes for running, that's what we used to call them. What's the technical term for those? I can't remember. And then going back to Michael Jordan in the early 80s with the Jordans, and Nike is just a monster, man. Incredible, but good stuff for Under Armour. Good stuff for Under Armour. Yes, sir! Hey, man. Can't say it enough. Thank you so much for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. Woo, boy. Shouts out to all of the Stewies, man, and all of the people that wish me luck on my singing career. Thank you very much, man. Without no you, there would be no me. Yes, sir. You can donate to the Doug Stewart Show. Go to thedougstewartshow.com, click on the donate button, and $20 or more, man. We'll send you a t-shirt. Can't beat that with a stick. Shouts out to the Tree of Life on a vacation. I think she'll be back on Monday. Waterhead Walter. Thank you, Walter. Thank you, Tree. Dwayne Vassan, Gerald Oliveri. Thank you very much. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, man, make sure you download the app from your app store, the Doug Stewart Show app. Easy to find. That's what we do, man. That's what we do. We have fun, talk sports. Shouts out to all of the Stewies in the chat room. Once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll do it again Monday. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace.